Hey everyone, John Reardon here for Nintendo World Report, and today's Partner Direct from Nintendo gave us our first look at two new Xbox Game Studios titles coming to Nintendo Switch. Now this is by no means the first time Xbox has brought their games to Nintendo Switch, but I'd argue that one of these games is the most ambitious port they've attempted thus far, so let's take a look. The two games in question are of course Grounded and Pentiment. Both of these are from Obsidian Entertainment, the developers behind Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds, and the Pillars of Eternity series, including the upcoming Xbox title Avowed. They're a great developer, and we've seen a few of their titles on Switch already with mixed levels of success. Let's start with Pentiment. This is both the simpler game and the one that we saw less of in this Direct. This is a narrative-driven 2D game with some absolutely beautiful art. It's primarily constructed of 2D assets with intentionally rough hand-drawn edges. As such, getting a resolution count was beyond my personal ability. That being said, there are no obvious visual cutbacks visible from what I can tell compared to the original release, seen here running on PC. Likewise, frame rate doesn't look to be a problem, with camera and HUD elements both animating at a full 60 FPS. Of course, much of Pentiment's characters and world animation intentionally animate at lower rates, but we can see from this panning camera shot that the game is indeed running at 60 FPS. Like I said, we didn't see a whole lot of this one, but I don't really have any concerns outside of loading, as this game does make use of a lot of very small areas. Luckily, the game comes out tomorrow, so we shouldn't have to wait long to see more of it. Keep an eye out for our full review coming soon. Now, Grounded, I'd say, is the more interesting reveal here from a purely technical perspective. This is an open-world survival and crafting game, similar to games like Ark or No Man's Sky. It's a genre that got off to a rough start on Switch, but has greatly improved over time. The first thing you'll notice from this trailer is that the image is very soft. Keep in mind we're dealing with compressed YouTube footage here, but I was able to glean some information from this one. I found 4 different shots that I was able to confidently count resolution from, and each one came up to 960 by 540, or 540p. It's pretty low resolution, especially docked, but it's far from the worst we've seen. That being said, I fully suspect this resolution to be dynamic, dropping in heavy combat or when you get an expansive view of the yard. This is being treated by temporal anti-aliasing, which, at least in the context of this trailer, didn't seem to have too many ghosting artifacts. Of course, we're also seeing cutbacks in virtually every other area. Distant LODs are pulled back, shadow resolution is dropped, screen space reflections are low resolution, though we should note that they are still present, as is the ripple shader when you're running through the water. But you want to know what's really crazy about this trailer? They're running it at 60 frames per second. Like, Xbox, I love you, but I've played this game. 30 FPS at a higher resolution than 540p would be fine, maybe even preferable. I'm really hoping a resolution mode is an option in the final game, though I have to admit, the fact that they are targeting 60 FPS on this is impressive. They're definitely not hitting it the entire time, but they seem to hit it more often than not, at least based on this trailer. I'll be very interested to dig into the full release for this one, as the original Xbox version is quite an attractive and fun game, and with full crossplay we should have some great opportunities for comparison. Anyway, that's all I've got for this very short first look, but keep an eye on NWR TV for coverage of Pentiment coming very soon, and Grounded a little later this year. Once again, my name's John Reardon, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. This video is made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Did you know that Nintendo World Report is funded directly by fans like you? When you support Nintendo World Report on Patreon, you get immediate access to multiple exclusive podcasts every month, exclusive Discord channels, an early look at select content, and more, all for as little as $1 a month. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.